What is up, guys? Hello Kitty Slayer here. And wait a minute. This isn't a Moab? What the hell? What map is this? Hey guys, this is a new Faceoff map that came out on PS3 today, and I'm sure a lot of my Xbox subs have already seen this. I'm like, oh, skipping the video. It's Faceoff. No one cares. But for my PS3 users, this is a new map called Aground. You can get free downloads. Aground and Erosion. Erosion I hate, but this map is awesome. So I definitely want to give you guys some tips and pointers of how to play Face-Off, at least for the win, not for a Moab necessarily, because that's extremely hard to do in a 2v2 or 3v3. I hate the 1v1, so I'm not even going to talk about that. But in this gameplay, I'm using the ACR Red Dot, the MP9 Silencer, with Recon Pro, Quick Draw Pro, and Sitrep Pro. And I'm using the Assault 357, but it really just depends what you guys are trying to do. You want to mix it up. But we'll talk about the kill streaks later on in this video. The ACR Red Dot obviously is just, it makes you feel more of like MLG, like try hard game battle nerd, And I don't know, I just like obviously it's the most powerful gun, one of the most powerful guns in the game, the ACR. So I'm just going to use a Red Dot. You could use extended mags, but it's really not necessary when you're playing like 2 or 3 people. The MP9, you can have any attachment on it. I put on the silencer just to, mix it from the ACR Red Dot non-stealth to the MP9 stealthy, you get my drift. And then obviously I ran Recon Pro, and that's a real valuable, that's the key to Face-Off if you're playing with a team like I am. I'm playing with 2 of my buds from PS3. We are all using Recon Pro, and that perk is so good for Face-Off. If you guys never got Recon Pro, you put 1 bullet into a guy. Let's say I put 1 bullet into a guy and then he like panic knifes me, right? And he's trying to collect my tag real quick. My friend can turn around, smack him in the face, like, hey, you get off my boy's tag, man. He collects the tag and gets mine. So, Recon Pro, it paints them on the map. Even 1 bullet or, 1 stun, 1 grenade, paints them on the map for like 10 seconds, and they're not going to hide from that shit. Recon Pro is the best perk for, really, it's a great perk for anything, but I don't really use it that much unless I'm expected to die a lot or if I'm playing like some super tryhard. Quick Draw Pro is another perk I was using. It really just depends, Quick Draw or Assassin. If you're playing a team that's using portable radars, camp like a little bitch, UAVs, counter UAVs, EMPs, all that stuff, I would use Assassin. With this gameplay, I was lucky enough to play against people who either couldn't get a UAV against us or just didn't even have portable radars. I'm not sure, they just sucked ass, obviously. Then I was lucky enough to use Quick Draw, and that's the perk I would advise you to use. It really helps you win a ton of your gunfights, guys. ADS and quicker, throwing your stuns for Recon Pro, grenades, whatever you're trying to use. Quick Draw Pro is awesome. And then my third perk was Sitrep. Now obviously this is determined if you have a headset or not. So I was using Sitrep Pro, and that's just basically the sound horse, not so much for like claymores or whatever, or bouncing betties, whatever. But if you don't have a headset, I would probably advise you to use Dead Silence. You don't necessarily need them just because these maps are too small. You're not going to like ADS long ways and see them. But if you want to use Marksman, be my guest. Stalker, Steady Aim, whatever. I suggest Dead Silence just because it kind of gives you a little bit of advantage to sound whore, but not really. But at least you're like, everything's quieter on your screen, so you can hear the footsteps. And then another thing is you want to have your team switch kill streaks up. Like you see my teammate using UAV and ballistic vest, and then I'm using the UAV Predator attack helicopter, and another one of my teammates is using like UAV Predator Reaper or something like that. But you guys don't want to all run the same kill streaks. You want to take advantage of all the kill streaks in the game, and you want to mix it up so your whole team works together as a team, basically. So I hope you guys found these tips somewhat helpful. If you could, please leave me a rating. It means a lot. Thanks, guys. Rage quit. Hahaha. Fucking noobs.